is called the black hole. No, I'm not going to talk about this black hole, but I'm going to talk about the person who discussed a new theory relating to black hole. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone! Let me introduce myself first. I'm AUFA KASHFIYA BINTI SYAKIRIN from Sekolah, Kebangsaan, DATO, AHMAD, MANAF. Today, I'm going to do a book review on one of my favorite books. As you can see, the title of the book is Stephen Hawking. This is a biography book. This book is written by Jane Kent, illustrated by Isabel Munoz, and designed by Nick Ackland. This book is published in 2019 by White Star Kids, or also known as WS Kids. This book has 48 pages, including the front and back cover. Before I get into the details of the book's content, I'd like to take a look at the overall appearance of the book. Unlike the other biography books, this one has eye-catching, colorful illustrations that will entice many young readers to read it. The font size is also appropriate for a young reader. Now, let's get into the content of the book. Do you know who Stephen Hawking is? I'm sure you've heard of his name before. He is a world's famous scientist and author. But how far have you known Stephen Hawking? I'd like to review this book based on the themes. The themes include his family history, his education history, his disease, and his excellent work. Stephen Hawking was born on January 8, 1942 in Oxford, England. He is the first of 3 children with 2 sisters and 1 adopted brother. His family was frequently described as eccentric and thinkers by others. Stephen Hawking was an excellent student. He and his friends once built a computer out of recycled parts and used it to solve math problems. Brilliant, isn't he? He entered Oxford College at the age of 17 and continued his PhD in Cambridge University. During his first year in Cambridge, he was diagnosed with ALS, a type of motor neuron disease. It meant that the nerves that controls his muscles were starting to fail. He would trip over now and then, and his speeches would become slurred. The doctors predicted that he would only live for another 2.5 years, but he was adamant about fighting it. His health became worse, and he had to undergo a tracheotomy surgery. Because of that surgery, he permanently lost his voice. He was so worried that he can no longer work, but a computer programmer named Walter Walters had developed the Equalizer, a speaking program that allowed Hawking to communicate. Eventually, he can no longer use his hands, but the program could also be used through head or eye movement. The computer program allowed him to continue to write his books and scientific papers. His book, A Brief History of Time, was extremely popular that it has been sold for millions of copies worldwide. An Oscar-winning filmmaker created a documentary about Stephen Hawking's life, and he went on to appear in many popular TV shows, including The Big Bang Theory and The Simpsons. He became known as the rock star scientist. At the age of 76, he passed away due to the ALS disease. He has lived with the disease for over 50 years, longer than expected. So, my friends, there are many things we can learn from this book. Life is a precious gift, so make the most of your time and never let anything dull your shine. No matter what setbacks you'll encounter, there is always a way to achieve your dreams. You just have to get out there and find it. Overall, I think this book is simple and well written for children. This book even includes a simple timeline with event details, and And at the end of the book, it has a list of questions to refresh our memories and understanding along with the answers. The only comment I have is English is my second language, so it would be helpful and perfect if there is a glossary at the end of the book for some complicated terms, such as black holes, zero gravity, cosmology, and so on and so forth. Aside from that, this book is flawless and you must read it. That's all. Thank you. Bye!